Hello, this is teddygaming. Welcome back to another review on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Tales of TMNT Volume 2, issue number 28, Shanghai. Now, with this issue, I wasn't really too sure what to really expect, and with the first few pages, I was really enjoying it, and I was hoping that it would play out for the rest of the issue. Unfortunately, it doesn't, but I feel like with this kind of story, it works well enough to be in like the Tales of TMNT kind of thing, and I think you'll understand what I'm talking about in just a minute when we actually get to the story itself, but overall it's a pretty decent story, I want to say. Okay, so the actual story itself, we do first start with Raphael goes into this bar, and this is Foot Soldier, who's in, I want to say it's like one of the earlier issues from the series. I believe it was issue 5. And his cop was the one that had his wife killed, and he went out to try and find the killer, and that's when he came in contact with Leonardo. And with this story, we do get to see him having a drink with Raphael in the bar, and they just get along really well, which I was quite surprised at, just because I would have thought that it would have been more of a situation where these two would have fought and have a big fight or something like that, but surprisingly they don't. And we do get on quite well, and we do get to see this bar lady, basically the two characters, they want another drink, so this lady goes off and gets them a drink, but however she gives them like something in the drink to like knock them out. And then this is when things takes like a really unique and crazy turn for better or worse, I can't tell, but we do get to see the characters that get knocked out and taken down into the basement of the building. And it's here where the characters wake up, and Raphael breaks out of his collars, but the Ocho guy, I believe he's called, he is still in his collars, and the two characters have to fight these robot-type characters. Now, with this bit here, they never really explain who the villains really are, other than just they're there working in the bar, and there's not really too much to it other than just they're there and they're trying to steal some people. And with this fight scene here, I thought it was, I don't know, something about it was a little bit disappointing, but I think it's just down to the fact that someone was expecting the story to go in like one direction, but the story went in another, so it's all got to the point where it's just like, this is cool, but I wish it was done differently. But I think overall, for what they did give us for the actual fight scene itself, it was okay, I want to say, but I do feel like there's a lot of elements in here that I do feel like could have been improved upon, and also do feel like because they were restricted with the colours and stuff like that, they weren't able to do as much, and I do think that had there not been colours, then I feel like there could have been a lot more interesting fight scenes, stuff like that, but unfortunately they don't take it in that direction. But then after that, we do get to see Raph and Ocho, they escape and jump out of the building. Now, I must admit here, I do find it to be really weird that they didn't try to save at least one person, because in this building, they did have like loads of people down in this cellar thing, and they didn't try to escape with them or anything like that. They didn't even question it whatsoever, other than just, oh no, they're getting away with those people at the end of the issue. It's just like, really? They spend so many other issues trying to save people, going back and risking their lives to go off and save people, and yet now when they have the opportunity to save quite a lot of people, they don't. I just find that so weird that they will go out their way to not save people when they have the opportunity to do that, which it's just so bizarre that they didn't try to save them at least. But then after that, we do get to see Raph and Ocho, they do jump out of the building, and I don't know, this bit here was okay. I did like the joke as well with Raph wanting basically he was able to survive the fall because of his shell, while Ocho, he was able to survive the fall by jumping onto buildings and ropes and stuff like that. And with this bit here, I mean, I thought it was okay. I mean, other than that, I thought that this bit here was just, yeah, it was okay. Not really a big important scene whatsoever, but it was an okay scene that was just there. And then with the final bit here, which I won't lie, I did really enjoy quite a bit as well, we do get to see Raph and Ocho saying that, oh yeah, we need to get another drink, and then let's walk off to another bar. And yeah, that was quite funny, but I don't know, something about it just feels a little bit off, I want to say. And I think it might be down to the fact that they just let the humans go and not really try to save them whatsoever. But yeah, I mean, overall for this issue, it was pretty decent, I want to say, and what I said earlier with how this issue does really fit into the realm of Tales of TMNT is that I do think that this issue is kind of like one of these ones that it works well not to be a one-shot, like, standalone story that is really hard to believe, but when you really look at it, it's just like, yeah, that's so Turtles. But also at the same time, I do feel like there was definitely elements which they could have improved upon, and I felt like they could have gone in one direction which would have been a much more interesting, like, issue, I'd say. Now, I've already said like all the things which I disliked about this one, especially with how they didn't really use the weapons to their full advantage, especially like during the like fighting scene, or even just how they didn't actually do anything during the fight scene. I felt like that bit was like okay, but could have been improved quite a lot. Now, with the actual direction which I did want this issue to take in, it was the direction of just having Raph and Ocho just drinking at the bar throughout the whole issue. And I know that sort of sounds like a bit boring, but oh no, it's like about that, like, the whole idea of just Raph and Ocho just sitting at a bar, just talking things out, and talking about, like, Ocho being with the third, Raph being with his brothers, and stuff like that. I feel like it's a pretty interesting dynamic, and also not to mention, we don't know too much about Ocho, so I feel like I do feel like this issue could have been, like, a really interesting one to really develop his character, make him a much more interesting one, because as of right now, I couldn't care less about him. But I feel like this issue had gone in that direction. I feel like it could have really made him a more interesting character. Also, it would have made for some pretty interesting interactions, especially like seeing how Raph goes at it at like a bar, because we haven't really seen too much of Raph at a bar yet, so I think that could have been really interesting had it gone in that direction, and would have been interesting to see how he would have handled all the just talking silently but talking a lot. Something about it would have been like really interesting and fun to see, but at the same time we didn't see it, which is really disappointing. And I don't know if it will be like again a issue like that, but I mean, I really hope that we do, just because I think the whole premise could be really interesting to just really develop a character, really bring them down to who they really are and stuff like that. And I think it could be really cool, but I just got a feeling that we're probably not going to get it, which is really disappointing. So yeah, I mean, overall this whole issue was a pretty decent one. I feel like there's a lot of things that could have been improved, but overall it was a really great issue, and I think that this issue, as well as like quite a few other ones throughout the series, really does really work really well within the like the Tales of TMNT universe. I know that will just make it like, I know that just will sound a bit weird, but when you do look at like other issues where they don't really feel like actual Tales of TMNT, it just seems a little bit weird. But I feel like with this like issue, it really does go to show you that they can do like good stuff for Tales of TMNT. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today, guys. Let me know in the comment section below, what do you think about this issue? Do you like it? Do you not? What do you think about Ocho? Because, again, I couldn't care less about him, but I wonder what other people think about him. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today, guys. If you got some, please share, let's subscribe and all stuff. Goodbye, yo, bye.